Arriving in a new country is always an adventure, but this was next level stressful.
She tried to charge her double, and I actually was brought into a room and questioned. Basically, I didn't get stamped out. I've no idea why. You just paid $40 to enter your country. Not a nice first impression at all of this country.
Welcome to Laos. A country often overlooked, yet packed with history, culture and breathtaking landscapes. Nestled between Thailand, Vietnam, China, Myanmar and Cambodia, this landlocked nation was once the heart of the mighty Lansang Kingdom, the land of 1,000,000 elephants. For over 300 years, this powerful empire thrived, shaping the culture, architecture and traditions that still define Laos today. But history hasn't been easy on Laos. From French colonization in the 19th century to becoming the most bombed country per capita during the Vietnamese War, this nation has endured immense challenges, and yet, through it all, the Lao people remain some of the warmest and most resilient people on earth. But before we dive into this beauty and history here in Laos, we first have to survive our arrival. And trust us, it's gonna get interesting.
Good morning everybody and welcome to day 14 of cycling from Bangkok to Shanghai. Luke is currently inside the 7-Eleven to stock up on some bits and bobs, because obviously this will be our last time where we have 7-Eleven available to us. And then just in a few short moments we will be, hopefully if everything goes well, crossing into Laos, and both of us are super excited. We both have a little bit of nervous energy, not gonna lie. We didn't sleep too well last night, but we are ready, and I think we have all of the things that we need.
So one of the things that might be a bit of an issue for us is that we read online that you can't actually cross over the Thai-Lao Friendship Bridge on a bicycle. So I think we're gonna have to rely on shuttle buses. I don't know why, but you can walk across, so you can walk as a pedestrian across the bridge into Laos. You can't cycle or push your bike across. It might be a bit of a pain in the arse first thing in the morning, but we'll see what happens.
Bicycle can walk. Walking, Lao, bicycle naka? Bicycle, yes? Okay, so we go this way. Okay, khap khun naka, thank you. We just got stamped out of Thailand, and the people said we were okay to cycle, so that was surprisingly smooth. The only thing now is I don't know where to go. This way? I don't know. Very confusing here today. So the people just let us pass through with our bicycles. I don't know, I'm a little bit confused because we read so many reports online about how it's really difficult to do this by bicycle, how you have to take the train or the bus, or you have to lift the bicycle onto the bus, which would be a whole nother drama, to be honest. But no, it was very smooth. We just rocked up. Officers actually asked us whether or not we are in a car. They asked for our car documentation, and I was like, we're on a bicycle. I don't have documentation for this bicycle. And then he was like, fair play, stamped my passport, and what was it? Last few meters in Thailand. I'm so sad, but also happy. Sorry, I'm gonna start crying because I hate leaving Thailand so much.
Can you believe it? We're cycling over the Mekong. Woo! We are currently in no man's land between Laos and Thailand. The beginning of the Laos adventure. Oh, well done, Thailand. The border agent at Thailand forgot to stamp me out of Thailand. So now I'm cycling back across this bridge to get back into Thailand, to get stamped out of Thailand, to get into Laos. What a day.
Just to update you guys on what has been happening now, we have been standing at the Laos entry point for probably 45 minutes to an hour. and we got everything sorted so far. Now the issue is that they forgot to stamp out Luke in Thailand, which means that he's not allowed to actually enter Laos. So we have separated at this point. He cycled back into Thailand to get his exit stamp, and I hope that everything will go well over there. I already have my visa now and everything is fine. So yeah, I'm just waiting for Luke to return, and then I hope that we will be able to continue our journey smoothly and fastly, because we initially had planned to cycle 60 or 70 kilometers today, and we're about 2 or 3 kilometers in, and it's been like a very long time, so not the most optimal situation to be in, and I'm a little bit like concerned as well that Luke will encounter other issues, especially because he doesn't have any data over here in Laos, so I'm not really sure if I can even contact him through the phone. I'll just wait and hope for the best, I suppose.
Well, just like that. Well, that was an absolute nightmare, actually. I'm back on the bridge, heading back over to Naomi and over to Liew again. What a ridiculous day. Right, everyone, so an absolute nightmare of a situation, basically. So the whole debacle of me not being stamped out, basically I didn't get stamped out. I've no idea why that happened. Came back here, had to go back, get my stamp. Everything with Naomi on Naomi's end actually went very, very smoothly, so that's one thing. But for me it was horrific. Went back over, got my stamp, and I actually was brought into a room and questioned as to why I came back so quickly without a stamp into Thailand. They brought me into a room and basically then sent me over to a different office where they then had to transfer the stamp from my old passport to my new passport. So the thing is, I got a new passport while I was in Thailand, and then they basically had to transfer that stamp over because the person never physically stamped the other passport. Anyway, about 30 minutes later, I then come back over here and met with a queue of probably 300 or 400 people that are trying to enter into Laos, and then eventually pay for the visa, get sent through. Some of the rudest, most horrific staff that I've ever dealt with in my life, and that's basically it. We made it into the country, and now first impressions, absolute crap so far.
I tried to.
We're going to try and stay positive.
The bathroom as well.
Oh, we tried to get into the bathroom. It says 3,000 kip, which is 4.4. It's like 4 or 5 baht basically. And the lady looked at Naomi and said 10 baht. So
even though I showed her the currency converter,
she tried to charge her double. Just because she's a foreigner, I'm assuming.
And it's not about the 5 baht, it's just about the principle.
It's not about 5 baht, but we are not going to pay tax for being a foreigner, especially after we just paid $40 to enter your country. So yeah, not a nice first impression at all of this country. We're going to try and get through it. We're going to try and basically head to the first hotel that we can find along the way. We're going to try and cycle not too far, but that's fine. We're going to head into the country and see what awaits us, and over the next kind of week we're going to make our way across Laos towards the border of Vietnam.
Right guys, we are finally on the streets in Laos, but it is now 11:30, so this spiel was literally 3 hours what we just did. So you can imagine how we're feeling right. Oh, do you drive on the right in Laos? Are we driving on the right?
I've no idea, and I'm not sure if it's right or left side here.
I think people in Laos drive on the right. Oh, that's confusing. Okay, yeah, we're on the right. Oh, I didn't drive on the right in forever. This is very confusing. We're finally in Laos. Let's just get going and stop being miserable, because this is a lot.
Welcome to People's Democratic Republic of Laos, the PDR. That lad is having a search for something. We're feeling okay now. Had like a little bit of a sit down and refreshed ourselves, and we're ready to hit the road. Try and get a new perspective of this country, and obviously give you guys an actual first impression, not just of the border crossing. Every travel vlogger that enters Laos goes to Vientiane, Luang Prabang, Vang Vieng, and then they say, that's Laos, look at how beautiful it is, etc, etc. They go the tourist route basically. That's not what we're doing. We're going to be basically cycling east along the Mekong for the next few days, and then making our way up into the mountains towards the border of Vietnam. And we're hopefully going to see some places that haven't really been shown before. Now we get to see the Mekong from the other side of the Mekong. We're now in Laos, looking over towards Nong Khai, where we started off today. Absolutely beautiful views, I have to say. Feels kind of surreal to cross into Laos, considering we started this back in Bangkok around 15 days or so ago, not that long ago, and now we're in a new country, new territory.
It's really funny, people seem to be like nearly a little bit freaked out about seeing us cycling here. Sorry, I'm currently cycling between an uncle and the truck here, trying to overtake. Yeah, but people seem to be a little freaked out, I think, about us being here. All of them are looking a little confused and curious. Probably, I suppose, in a positive way, saying hello and so on. It's very nice. I don't think you see a whole lot of foreigners here cycling around, probably. Hello!
Incredibly unique looking temples here already in Laos. I think we need to grab some food. So that restaurant that we just went into handed us a menu that had English on it, and we were like, okay, that's convenient. It turns out that the English menu, it's English for a reason, right? There was a local menu and there's an English menu, so extremely expensive. It was like $10 if you wanted half of a chicken, and that's like 3 times what it would have been in Thailand, or more actually, so it's ridiculous. We're gonna keep looking for food.
But we found ourselves a coffee Amazon. Luke got us a sweet drink, a sweet coffee, just to breathe for a second and relax, because it's just, I don't know, it's really stressful for no reason at all. Like, there's no reason to be distressed, but it's really stressful.
I have to say, I'm very glad that I made a stop off at 7-Eleven today, this morning, on the Thai side, because there's Cafe Amazon here, believe it or not. We didn't expect that, so we just had ourselves the coffee, which was nice. But in terms of snacks and food, it's pretty tough so far. Sabadi! In terms of snacks and food so far, there's a sparse selection, but I'm sure that will do fine along the way. That's pretty cool.
It's very oh sorry, I think you have a grease filter. Better. It's very interesting how fast this country has become very rural. Like at that border point, if we would have went to one side, it would have been the capital of Vientiane, but we went to the other. So there's just like very rural. There are some temples that are really beautiful to look at, so stunning, and some like smaller shops here and there, but overall very sort of fragmented living. Hi, Sabaidi! Not a whole lot of people, very little traffic, and just overall very quiet. Very interesting, because obviously it's such a polar opposite to Thailand, if you know what I mean. Very cool though. Right, quick little pit stop. I need to fill up on water.
Oh. Someone was having a party with their beer Liew. By the way, I really want to try beer Liew.
Water, yes, two, and the Pepsi.
Two
Also
Pepsi.
Yes. Yes.
Hello.
50. Wait. This one.
Yes.
yes มีทอน
50.
Okay.
อันนี้นี่ตัวนี้กับตัวนี้เดี๋ยวมีทอนทู่
What's
Okay.
this now?
yes
20.
อันนี้ที่เป็นที่
30.
10ที่วิธี
Okay.
ที่อันนี้
35.
Okay.
Hello.
Popchai.
Pop
Thank you so
chai.
much.
Thank you.
Thank you.
That was confusing. I didn't really understand the price. I was like, what?
Nice lady though.
It's okay though. How much was it now?
30.
30 something.
35,000.
Wait, I'll try and release you guys. That was under €2, just there for 2 waters and 2 Pepsi, so it's fine.
Yeah, not bad at all. And it's a big bottle of Pepsi.
Let's go! We just needed some water because we haven't stocked up after the border crossing, so we were kind of running low on water. Bye bye! Bye! Wow, look at this, you guys! So green and so many calves. Luke is on the way. Oh, hello! Sawaidi! Hello! We're just cycling through rice paddies left and right. Still have 32 kilometers to go to our destination.
There's absolutely nothing going on out here, I'll tell you that much. It's just fields and fields and fields in every direction right now. Madness. We found Liew, Laos' biggest roundabout. Oh, so much traffic.
Oh, how cute are they? Oh.
Now, obviously, because Laos is the most bombed country historically in the world, by a long shot, by the way. We are currently, as you can see, already in the thick of things here. And because of how bombed Laos has been from America, it's very, very scary actually to go off-road here. There's apparently a lot of undetonated bombs in the ground still to this day, so that's a warning that we've received from many, many, many people when we talked about visiting Laos. So we have to keep that in mind, I guess. As Naomi and I, a lot of times when we show up in a new country, we're always very tempted, especially if we see like a big open field or we see a nice temple or whatever. We're always tempted to stop and get off and go and walk and go missing somewhere into like a forest or whatever and go and check some stuff out. That's not a good idea in this country, I don't think. We're gonna try and stick as main roadie as we can, I think.
Good afternoon, ladies. Thank you. We have another 20 kilometers or so left, but I just needed a break, so we stopped another time on the side of the road. Got myself a sponsor, as I would as well. It's just an electrolyte type of beverage that you can also get in Thailand, so that's why I chose that one and Luke got a M150 or whatever it's called.
An M150. Believe it or not, the name of a very popular motorway in Ireland is the M50. So this is the M150. So I'm guessing it's going to make me go fast.
Right, let's get these last 20 kilometers over with because today was a very long day and I just wanted to end. If I'm being honest, I'm also quite hungry.
Well, it's fascinating to see this. A lot of the trucks that are carrying cargo that are going in the same direction as us are Thai, Burmese or Chinese trucks that are basically transporting stuff down through Thailand and here into Laos. And a lot of the trucks that are going the opposite direction are trucks that are coming out of Vietnam, transporting them through Laos towards Thailand, it seems. "60-something kilometers later of dust roads and absolute carnage, we seem to be in the right direction of a guest house." So this place up here is called Doc Pet Guest House, and it's basically just somewhere that we saw on the map and figured that we would basically just rock up, see if they have a room. Alrighty.
Is this? Oh yeah, 50, okay, 150. We have to tell you the good news. I don't know if you can hear me because there's a guy with a leaf blower for no reason at all. Hello, man with a leaf blower. The hotel did indeed have a room for us, which is amazing. I hope that the man with the leaf blower will go away. We are at Doc Pet Guest House. We paid 150,000 kip, which is about €6.
It's like 650.
650 for the night. And this is the room. So we have a fan. This is not an AC room, which is totally fine. It's not super duper hot at the moment, so it's okay. We have a bed, which is a nice amount of soft.
Relatively soft.
Not bad. I find the light switches here very interesting. I don't know, I don't even dare to touch this. And then a minimalistic type of wet room. It's I'm not gonna lie, it's not the cleanest here and there. It's okay though. I mean, what do you expect for 650 and also roadside hotel, so not, you know, nothing special. We're not in a city, not in a big village or anything like that, so we're happy enough. We just need to go and organize food because I feel like I'm gonna faint soon. We have found a restaurant. Our accommodation is just over there down the street. And this here is the menu, but we have been trying to translate it with Google Translate here. Some of the translations just don't make a whole lot of sense between damp rice, legs and feet, yellow ball, and so on. So it's okay though. I'm just kind of trying to figure out what we want to eat. There's some pictures here and I just kind of want to point at this dish. That's the one that I want anyway. Not really sure what Luke is trying to tell them right now. There's also a guy having like a party out there. What did you say to her?
2 chicken and rice.
Oh, okay.
Sticky rice.
Sticky rice, yes. And then I would also... Oh, can you ask her for the price? There's a cat on the fridge. And then I would like to have like a soda or something as well. Oh, the Oishi tea there looks really nice right about now. don't know what they're doing, but over there they have like a stall on the side of the street and they're selling something and they're playing really loud music. It's very like, I don't know, unsuitable for this type of a village. Like looking out you can see the village and then there's just this one stand that it's playing really loud like electronic music. So initially we thought we were gonna get chicken and rice, but she said that the chicken might not necessarily be good anymore. What exactly did she say?
She basically said chicken and rice, and then I said, okay, cool, let's do 2 of those. And then she was like, she kind of inspected the chicken and then was kind of like, that's probably gonna kill you guys. So she basically said, we're gonna give you noodles and crispy pork. So that's what we're gonna do. I'm very happy about that decision as well.
We already got our cutlery pushed over, and I don't know about the crispy pork. I'm sure it will be tasty, but to be honest, it didn't look much different to the chicken either. So we're gonna see what happens.
We are in literally the middle of nowhere right now. This village here is called Pak Num, so Paknum, and it is somewhere along the Mekong.
At least the people over there are having a party.
Kapchai.
I'm currently struggling with saying kapjai instead of kapkonka or kapkonaka or all of these things, and sabaidi as well. So sabaidi is hello. We usually always just learn hello and thank you in the language, in the local language, before entering the country. So sabaidi and kapjai, and the rest we will figure out along the way, I suppose.
And sabaidi as well, sabaidi mai. You say that in Thailand if you want to ask someone how they are doing.
Yeah, and then
so
the
it's
answer.
Confusing.
The answer then is sabai sabai. That looked like pork blood soup.
Yeah.
Doesn't look too bad. Could have gotten that one too.
Smells good.
Yeah.
That's very good.
Funnily enough, it's exactly the one that I had been pointed at for the first time on the picture. So this is the one that I was looking at, and then I had decided for red pork instead. But I think this is what is available at the moment, and it will be also very affordable. She said it's like 45 or something.
40,000.
40,000 plus drinks.
40,000 without drinks. So 40,000 I think is like less than $2 for 2 giant bowls of soup filled with meat. So that's like wild. And with the soda, I'm guessing it will probably bring the price up to like $2.50, or still less than like €3. So
Amazing.
unbelievable value.
You want to give it a try?
Yeah, it smells absolutely gorgeous, I'm not gonna lie. There's loads and loads of fresh vegetables in there, loads of sort of random meat as well, and plus you've got like this liver here, or not liver, it's
blood pudding.
Blood pudding, so like almost like a coagulated blood. Congealed blood, coagulated.
What is coagulated?
I want to try the noodles first. These wet noodles are supposedly pretty popular in Laos. So like the popular food that people tend to go for here in Laos is like a papaya salad, sticky rice with like a chili paste that they kind of dip and scrape the sticky rice into. Wet noodles and things like sausages and stuff like that are also very popular. Kind of a similar taste and vibe of food to Isan in Thailand, to that region. Those are some good noodles. Proper egg noodle, like a kind of a little bit thick egg noodle, and there's so much going on. There's crispy pork, so if you have a look here, nice big piece of crispy pork. I'm actually going to give that a shot. Unreal. Crispy pork, meatballs, fresh vegetables, noodles, in a big broth. What more could you want?
I also need to give this a try, because obviously we have not had. My God.
The road is busy in this village.
It's literally, I think it's like one of the only roads that is going to the east of Laos, so I think that's why it's this busy. But yes, we have not had any breakfast whatsoever. We haven't had any food other than like a little bit, like a few. Well, I spritzed myself in the face. Other than like a few snacks here and there, and I'm so hungry I can like barely speak. Oh yeah. The noodles, the noodles are very nice.
So good.
There's also a hefty portion of cilantro on top, coriander, like the leafy coriander, and it's very, very tasty overall. Let's give the meatball a try because Luke tried the pork, of course, the crispy pork. Meatballs taste amazing as well. Not squeaky.
Yeah.
I like unsqueaky meatballs. That's tasty. It's a good soup.
Proper good, yeah. Really good. They have loads of fresh greens here as well, which is something that you do. It's actually, this is very common in Vietnam. So when we traveled in Vietnam the last time we were there, roughly about a year ago, nearly every time that you sit down in a restaurant in Vietnam, you're given a bowl like this, full of this stuff. Similar enough in a lot of restaurants in Thailand as well. And this here, look at that concoction of chilies and lime and everything else that you can add on. Plus, you have all the condiments. This here is actually the chili that I was talking about. So you'll see sometimes this is just put on a plate, and then a lot of times people will have sticky rice. They just break it off into their hand, and then you just basically use it as a dipping sauce. And you've got loads of extra stuff here that you can just basically take and add to your soup alongside the veg and all that extra stuff as well.
I take the judgment about the crispy pork back. It's actually very tasty, and
Very
it
good.
also tastes fresh, so I'm happy with this.
Yep. First day crossing into Laos, an absolute nightmare on the border, but I think a happy ending, and by a happy ending, a nice big fat bowl of soup. And now we need to go to bed. See you guys in the next episode on the road through Laos, cycling through Laos now over the next sort of 8 or 9 days and making our way towards Vietnam. People cannot believe that we're here. There's people literally on the side of trucks just like, what? See you guys in the next episode.
Peace out.